Alright, I think it's time to get started. How's it going, everyone? Here we are. I never thought I'd say this. Gonna be playing some Fate Extra CCC today. I am very excited to get started with this. Uh, I'm a big fan of the CCC event from FGO, and I've always wanted to play the original, but, you know, it's never been available in English until just recently. So I am very excited that I finally get to experience it for myself. So that should be pretty fun. All right. So without further ado, I say let's get started. This is going to be extra fun because I do not remember what my what the controls are on this emulator. So this should be a blast. Trying to figure out where I need to put everything here. All right, here we go. All right, so we'll start with new game, of course. I'll go on normal for now, because I did play this a little bit just to see how well it runs, and thankfully it does run pretty well. Um, the main thing is, okay, well I don't have that, so I'm gonna pass on that.
スタート確認しました。お帰りなさいませ。ようこそ。こんにちは。Welcome.
I'll just let the voices play,
いつものように
since they seem to
大
play
変
pretty
長
well.
くお待ちしておりました。マスター。
Let me turn that up a little bit, because it does seem a little quiet.
ここは量子虚構世界シリアルファンタズム。略称セラフに作られた仮想空間つくみ原学園です。失礼ですが規則ですのであなたのバリューをスキャンします。ラベル編入生カテゴリー U 測定拒否権につき免除クオリティ E マイナス
Alright, well, quality E-。
確認しました。それでは表側の記録を読み込みます。
That's always a good sign.
申し訳ございません。記録の読み込みに失敗しました。あなたの名前が必要です。あなたの心が必要です。あなたの証が必要です。恐縮ですが、もう一度あなたのお名前と性別、契約サーバントを入力してください。
Okay, so I get to pick all this stuff. I will be playing as the guy. And name, I kind of just don't feel like coming up with one, so I'm just going to go with Hakuno Kishinami. But for the nickname, I'll do John. There we go. And I've been thinking about what servant I want to go with, because we have either Saber, Archer, Caster, or Gilgamesh. I was thinking about doing Gilgamesh, because that seems like it'd be fun. However, I'm fairly certain that everyone who's playing this game is going to be picking Gilgamesh. So, in spite of that, I'm gonna pick Saber. So, yeah. Let's go with her.
確認しました。お待ちしておりました。おはようございます。それでは、いってらっしゃいませ。
Progress of time 0%. It's a bright sunny morning as I make my way to school. I should really be used to commuting by now, but I still can't seem to remember the way here. Soon enough, I arrive in front of the school gate. There's still plenty of time left. Other students in the same uniform pass through the gate in peaceful harmony. Continuing my main routine, I also head for the gate. Then, I feel as if someone's calling for me, so I hurry up until I see my friend and student council president Issei Ryudo standing there. Which reminds me, starting today they would be doing inspections to ensure we were in compliance with school rules. It was Public Morals Awareness Month or something. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? It's a perfect day for studying. Why are you giving me that "you're acting weird today" look? What, you want to know if I'm going to inspect your uniform? And if Public Morals Awareness Month is still going on? You're a man that says some strange things. I haven't heard of such an event. Perhaps there's an error in your records? So it seems. I have no idea why I mistook that event to be today myself. I laugh it off, telling Issei it's nothing, then head towards the school building. Oh, wait a moment. There's a favor I'd like to ask of you. Sorry, but before you go to class, could you close up the supply room on the first floor? I forgot to lock it. Given my duties, I'm unable to move from here. Could you do that for me? The storage room on the first floor. As if I recall, it's at the end of the hallway to the left of the entrance. I still have time until homeroom starts, and it's a request from Issei himself. There's no reason to refuse. Yes, that's excellent. All the other students simply passed me by, so I'm glad you came along. Honestly, some strange people joined the faculty too. I'm about to collapse under all the stress. If we had someone like you, Hakuno, the girl in charge of the infirmary and I would have it much easier, but... no, that was inconsiderate of me. I'd never try to coerce you into joining the student council. Here's the key to the storage room. See ya. Here's to another good day with no regrets. He thanks me in an exaggerated manner and resumes his task of overseeing the main gate. He told me that Public Morals Awareness Month doesn't start today, but here he is. The student council president is as diligent as a fine-tuned machine. I say goodbye to Issei and head for the school building. Squinting against the sunlight that didn't really feel like early summer or early spring. And so Hakuno Kishinami's day begins, once again. Okay, so first floor to the left, and now we have the system menu. Can I look around a bit? Yes, I can. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I was just a little dizzy. I'm alright now. I feel like I'm not actually myself. There's no way that's... The archery club is holding morning practice. It's almost time for class, so they're in the middle of cleaning up. Might as well look around and explore a bit. Hey, let's drop by the station today before going home. Sure, we can go grab some donuts too. Oh, here you are. I got a message from the editor-in-chief. She wants to talk, so go see her after school. No wonder you're the newspaper club's ace. You're expected to do big things. I left the volleyball club because I have exams this year. Now I've gained weight. Around here, see? It's embarrassing for a disciplinarian, isn't it? But... no, invisible wall there. Alright, so let's head into the school building. Pain suddenly rushes through my left hand. Wondering why, I check the back of it. On my left hand, a bruise resembling a rune had appeared. I don't remember seeing it before. I wonder if I hurt myself somewhere? What the? The pain soon subsided. Maybe it was just a dizzy spell. I take a deep breath and pull myself together. It's just, I feel like I heard an extremely familiar voice. Wonder why one stroke of my command spell got used. That's interesting. You now check your next goal by pressing the start button. Okay. Oh, here we go. Lock up the storm at the end of the first floor hallway. Did you happen to notice the students wearing different color uniforms? Black uniforms are worn by the Public Morals Committee and club presidents. The garden. Oh, they're just gonna make me do this. Okay. Here we go. This is the entrance. If I had to say what this door is used for, I have no clue. Yusei said this was the supply room, so I figured this is a space for storing things no one is using. Oh yeah, if I remember right, an extra, this was where the labyrinth was that you could enter. Whatever the case, there's no reason for me to go inside. I take the key out from my pocket. Better hurry up and lock it so I can get to class. Oh? Did that sound come from inside just now? Since I was tasked with locking this door, I can't just ignore it. I put my ear to the door and listen in on what's happening inside. Whatevs, now it's the time to chill. Sure, it's just me here, but chillin' means I get to munch on all the snacks. Isn't it great to be so comfy without having to do anything? I'm one of the real winners. All the others are way too amazing. Like, damn, way too serious, way too desperate. I'll leave that holy war to the PKs. I mean, should be fine to hide out here until the winner gets called. Camping my way to victory. Jinako, you genius, you. Lol. There's obviously someone in there. I knock on the door and ask, is someone in there? The suspicious sounds continued for about a minute before settling down. I take a deep breath and knock on the door again. I announce my entrance, then open the door. Fucking Jinako. Well, gee, I wonder where she could possibly be. At first glance, it looks like a futon, but now that I take another look, it's one of those mats used in PE. This here is the problem. Not that I really want to know any more than that. Come on, at least do a better job of hiding it. Then I could pretend nothing was wrong and leave it at that. Now I have no choice but to point it out. So I take a deep breath and... Hey you, get out already.
中の人などいない。僕はただの喋るロッカーっす。鉄っす。鉄くれっす。すなわちこれが本当のヘビーメタルっす。
Jinako, you're a mess. Someone's desperately trying to shut the door from the inside. But the door won't actually close. This person A doesn't really fit into the locker. Oh, let's open the door. Sorry, but I don't have the time to be nice about it. I open the locker immediately, and then... Aren't you the one who's using the gym storage room without permission? This incredibly suspect person glares at me with furrowed brows. I should be throwing out the questions first here, but I get the feeling that doing so would just make things worse. First off, I told her my name in class, and then I threw out the questions. No matter how I look at it, she's not a student. Who is this woman? And where is this girl's room she spoke of? A fucking fight pad.
どこからどう見ても女子部屋っす。1ヶ月近く掃除してないから、
A month.
ちょっと散らかってるように見えるだけっす。
Okay, Janaka.
仕方ないっすよね。ここにはヘルパーさん来ないから。隠れ住んでる身分は辛いっつうか。
Living in hiding? Here?
あー、しまった。今のなし。どっこい顔してるからつい口が滑っちまったぜ。僕はジェナコカリギリ。この学園の補欠教員で
Substitute
今は
teacher?
暇を持て余してる倉庫警備員みたいな。
Substitute teacher? This obvious slop of a woman is?
だらしないのは否定しないっす。できる女と気づかれるのも面倒だからあえてのんびりしてるみたいな。いわゆるエリートニートっすよ。
Elite neat. I see. So you do nothing and are useless, I take it.
それはただのニートっす。奴らは奴らで可愛い雑魚っすけど一緒にしないでほしいっすね。ジーナコさんはエリートですから。一応部活の顧問とかしてるっすよ。帰宅部とか直帰部とかぼっち友の会とか。
Yeah, that doesn't really count. Janako puffs her chest with an air of pride. Her breasts sway even under the hold of her strap. This woman said she was a substitute teacher. A dubious tale, but I don't have time for this right now, and it doesn't seem like she's a bad person. I decided to tell her that if she's going to live in the storeroom, then to keep this key and lock the door.
やーんと、倉庫の鍵ゲット。これ欲しかったんすよ。これでますます閉じこもれるっす。そういうことでさっさと立ち去るっす。ジーナコさんには掲示板のパトロールというルーチンワークが詰まってるっすからね。
Go on already, she said as she showed me the door. It's almost time for homeroom. I know to hurry and leave without being told to.
ちょっと待つっす。出て行けと言われて素直に出て行くとか淡白っすね。それともやっぱりここ変っすか。
Does it reek of loser?
ないっていうか廃残車の匂いがするっていうか近寄りたくないっていうかぶっちゃけ僕変っすか。
You're not weird.
本当に本当に
Oh, it's just gonna make me say, yeah, weird. I gave her a clear-cut answer. It wouldn't help anyone to mince words.
変っていうやつが変なんです。聞いた僕が天才だったっす。
A pro at what?
念願のアイスサーじゃなくって倉庫の鍵をくれたからいい人かと思えばこれっすか。もういいです。ゲラやっぱりリアルに期待することなんて何一つもねえのです。
I've somehow been run out of the storeroom. I hear a click-clack from the keys locking the door. It seems that it's been tightly shut from the inside. Jinako Karagiri. As I leave the dark storeroom, I think to myself how odd it is. Had there always been participants like that here? Hey, wait. I used a pretty weird phrase just now. I wonder if I'm still half asleep. I feel more restless this morning than I've ever been. It might be a fever, so I should probably head home right after school. Oh, 2A. Good morning, Kishinami. If you loaf around this much, you'll end up being late. Huh? Why would that worry me, you ask? Come on, we're both in 2A, aren't we? I just got to the stairs leading to the second floor. Then, I suddenly heard a voice overhead. Sounds like, say, the frantic footsteps of a woman who just slipped.
あら
Oh, God.
あらあらあらあらあらあら
Oh, no. Hey, Aaron. Well, as you can see, things are, interesting. Okay. It sounds like nothing. Someone's really falling down right now. Fucking Kiara. Jesus. That's about right. With a sudden crash, I fall on my back into the hallway. I hit the back of my head onto the hard floor. My brain shakes and my eyes spin. What on earth just happened? Setting aside my blurred vision, let me see what's going on here. Jesus. Tanaka.
乱暴な手触りですのね女のどこを触っているのか分かっているのですか
Sure enough, my fingers weren't grasping at the sky. They've almost dissolved into a great mass.
そんなもぎ取るような勢いで恥ずかしい
Oh, yeah, I know this music.
力が入りま
This
せん
is the My Room music you get for the CCC event. Its impact is incredible. It's like my hand is melting. Why don't we just grow a pair? I squeeze and the juicy flesh springs back, and yet my fingertips supporting her weight won't let go of her clothes. Rather, it's as if they're glued and being consumed. There's such a ridiculous plenty of volume, reminiscent of the bountiful plots of the earth. You know, I knew this game was horny. I didn't think it'd be this horny half an hour in. Actually, not even half an hour in. What the fuck?
お許しくださいませこのような公共の場でなって私困りますですが血のみ子のように求める魂を誰がいさめられましょう指だけでなく唇まで使うなんて
A term is born within my mind, which I coin magnificent meats. A carnivore set off by the sight of fresh meat because its five senses tell it that this meat is delicious. Similar to how that works, there supposedly exists meat that energizes the five senses merely by its beauty. But come to think of it, why am I suffocating like this?
こんなに激しくされたのは初めてです私の胸に
Yeah, that was my only experience with it as well. I mean, we're definitely getting an experience now. An experience that I hopefully does not get me banned off of Twitch.
底なしの国道のよういいえ呼吸にあえぐ魚のような魚のような不覚です私の不注意でしたこの胸であなたの呼吸を妨げていたなんて申し訳ありませんすぐに起き上がまた頭を打ってしまわれて今のもやはり私の不注意によるものでしょうかもし起きは確かですかどうしましょう返事がありませんあと少しでホームルームが始まりましょうに私重ねてご迷惑を
What the heck am I doing here? All I remember is that something incredible fell on me, but I came to my senses after I hit the back of my head. When I pulled myself together and looked up, there was the face of an unfamiliar woman before me.
かった。気がつかれたのですね。ほっとしました。生きているのでしたらきちんとお礼ができますもの。と言っても今は時間がありません。ありがとう、かわいい学生さん。お名前を伺っても？
She's way too close. She leans down on me that sensually. There's no way I could think normally. Anyways, I managed to tell her my name.
優雅な魚みたい。良いお名前をお持ちですのね。このお礼はいずれ必ず。授業の準備がありますので、私は一足先に失礼させていただきます。それではまた後ほど。この先もどうかよろしくお願いしますね。素敵なマスターさん。
Master? What's that? I wanted to ask about it, but the woman was gone. All that was left was a light, lingering scent, like a kindled Homa bonfire. Actually, that woman's scent is now all over my uniform. Yeah, I've been through some outrageous things this morning. The classmates saw what happened just now. Oh boy. Hey, Leo. Oh boy. Don't fucking smirk at me like that, you piece of shit. Someone actually saw me. The one in the red school uniform is glaring at me like I'm human garbage as my classmate who recently transferred in. Leo. Leo seems to have seen the entire thing from the top of the stairs. Hey, I said as I waved at him. Damn it. Well, that's incredibly embarrassing. So said Leo with an angelic smile as he went on ahead to classroom 2A. You have anything to say about what just happened? Oh, nothing? God. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hopefully Nemo isn't, like, absolutely busted, but I guess we'll see. I enter classroom 2A. I've had quite the morning, and all before homeroom started. As I took my seat and started to relax, my friend Shinji Mato came over to talk to me.
Yeah, どうしたんだ? 今朝はギリギリじゃないか。真面目なだけが取り柄のくせに。あ、もしかしてピースジャーナルにハマっちゃってた？やめとけって。あそこはお前みたいな凡人が行っていい場所じゃない。あれは選ばれたプレイヤー。そう。一握りのゲームチャンプだけが発言し、信者を得るべき場所だからね。わかる？現在バトルスコア7800万。ワールドランキングナンバー2のこの僕のための天才の城なのさ。
Shinji Mato. As you can see, he's like if you put overly self-conscious, elitist, and spotlight hog into a blender and mixed it all into one. If you ask me how we've still managed to be friends after so many years, here's how I would answer you. Shinji may have personality issues, but his grades in school and skill in gaming measure up to his big mouth. If only he could read the mood, then people would really worship him. Is what seems to be the consensus of all the girls in school. Also, the Peace Journal that Shinji is talking about is a massive European bulletin board system, PJ for short. It's not a place for the typical sharing of information, but a haunt for the deeper, self-proclaimed experts. I'm gonna have to turn down the music, or the sounds, because it's really loud.
なんだよ今の笑い。 何か言いたいことがあるのかよ、レオ。文句があるならスコアで語ってほしいね。
いえ、先ほどリアルで無双している方を見てしまったので、つい。格差社会というのは確かに残酷ですね。僕も考えを改めます。
Leo directs a casual smile over to me. He's referring to the incident by the stairs from earlier. Leo Bistario Harway, a boy who just recently transferred to this school, heir to a certain famous plutocracy, and a child prodigy who skipped grades. At first, I was scared of how different we were in upbringing and ability, but now we casually talk just like this. I think the three of us went through a major shared experience together. That experience is why we understand each other. But what was it? Oh yeah, definitely. CCC will definitely have extra spoilers, I think. I think it's kind of like an alternate timeline, but some things are shared. But I think for the most part, it's its own thing. You don't really need to know much about Extra to be able to experience CCC. Ah well. If I can't remember, then it must not have been that big of a deal.
ところでシンジ、PJ ではまだ例の噂が立っているのですか？聖杯戦争とかいう。
ああ、立ってるよ。いざ競い合え魔術師たち。聖杯は勝ち残った最後の一人のいかなる望みをも叶えるだろう。なんて手垢のついた触れ込みでさ、どこの運営かもわからないし、そもそも参加方法もわからない。うさんくさいったらないよね。管理人も放置しているし、一体何なんだって話。
Holy Grail War. Oh, hey, Craig. Oh, it does spoil a lot? Oh, okay. Well then, I guess I'm just completely wrong, huh? So yeah, probably best to keep that in mind if you are watching. Where have I heard that before?
でも興味は湧きますね。いかなる願いでも叶えるですか。例えばあなたならどんな願いを口にしますか？
A wish. Even if you ask, I can't just think of one off the top of my head. There are a lot of things I want, but they're all things I can get if I work hard enough. When they say any wish, I feel like it has the nuance of being something you could never get on your own. I can't really think of any huge wish I could have right now.
そうですか。あなたらしいですね。
そういうレオはどうなんだよ。みんなが驚くような願いとかあるの？
もちろんですよ。僕はそのために月見原に転入して。おかしいな。僕が転入したのは父の都合でしたよね。
That's right, I answer. Leo and his older brother both transferred to Tsukimihara about a year ago. Though I don't remember when I heard it, the fact of it has definitely been recorded.
そうですよね。思い違いをしていたようです。ああ、次はユリウス兄さんに聞いてみましょうか。兄さんはあれで面白い願いを持っていそうですし。
あのさ、なんでそこであの陰気な兄ちゃんの話になるのかな。次にどんな願いがあるんだいって振られるの。話の流れ的に僕だよね。
Julius is Leo's older brother. Julius does all the driving for Leo to and from school and is kind of like a butler. The entire student body goes crazy over the sight of him rolling up to the main gate in a Rolls Royce.
ねえ、二人とも聞いてる？僕、アジア圏のゲームチャンプなんだよ。もっとこう、扱い方があるんじゃない？
Say that after you're number one.
痛いところをつくじゃないか。欧州のゲームチャンプ。 トータルスコアナンバーワンのあいつか。確かに僕はナンバー2の地位に甘んじている。でも見てろ、次のキャンペーンではきっちり倒してやるさ。あいつはただの凡人だよ。プレイ時間が膨大なだけのいわゆる廃人チートプレイヤーだ。純粋なテクニックと判断力、インスピレーションなら僕の圧勝さ。
Okay, Shinji.
見てろよ、レオ。
Oh.
来週にはジナコを蹴って
Of course, Jinaka is the number one player.
確かに次のキャンペーンはシンジの独壇場ですね。頑張ってください。ナンバーワンの暁には僕もお祝いをしましょう。
本当だな、聞いたか。来週はレオの豪邸で新人王祭りだぞ。楽しみにしておけよな。
Oh, are we? While we were talking idly, the bell for homeroom rang. The teacher in charge of our class is a noisy one. Yeah, Gilgamesh, the most well-known class type. As a matter of fact, as soon as the bell rings, you can hear what it's like a wild animal stomping in from the hallway. Stomping in... or not? That's different. The entire class gasps from this unexpected development. The classroom goes dead silent. It was someone we've never seen before. That this school's never seen before. A woman dressed as a Buddhist nun. She must be in her 20s. With a gentle gaze and a graceful stance, she exudes a womanly charm in spite of her rigid nun's uniform. Everyone is shocked by this woman's presence. Without a word, our eyes follow her as she heads to the lectern. But my situation was quite a ways different. It was because I had an unexpected encounter with this woman just a bit ago. Oh boy. Fucking jiggle.
朝から驚かせてしまってごめんなさい。皆さんの当惑はごもっとも。ですので、自己紹介をさせていただいても。
The Buddhist nun acknowledges the entire class's bewilderment with calm, or rather, cheer. Then, with a graceful motion, she bows. Her movements were as fluid as the wind and conveyed straight away how earnest she was. That's not right. You can't fool me, demon.
どうかよろしくお願いしますね。
Shinji always starts with a contrarian stance, but this time he immediately turned into jelly. I guess Shinji has a soft spot for mature women. Regardless, it's no surprise that even Shinji would get entranced. Everything about this nun's, Ms. Fujimura's appearance exudes purity. That's funny. I guess one could even call her appearance affectionate. That voice, that posture, those eyes, that smile, all of that is saying that she means us well. But there's a strange feeling of discomfort that nips at me from the back of my neck. I feel like the name Taiga Fujimura calls a far different image to mind. Yeah. God damn it. I awkwardly greet her back, partly just because our eyes met. And then, she gave the greatest smile, one that would melt whoever saw it. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, you don't have to say that. Leo, I don't need you piling on, man. With the critical damage from Leo's words, the classroom turned into a melting pot of gossip. There were girls with eyes sparkling from the gossip. There were envious and fussing boys. Shinji, resentful, cursed me under his breath. As I watched the uproar before me, there stood Miss Fujimura, warmly waving at me. I scrunch my brows and sigh. Looks like these ordinary days have gone through some big changes. Well. This is my assigned seat. The top of it is a little bit chipped, so I can tell right away if it's moved. Leo's desk. Oh, me over there again. My chair's a leg that's not long enough. It's always rattling and pissing me off. Isn't this whack? I swear this shit is whack. I'm picky about adjusting my chair, man. When it's off by even a millimeter, I can't focus. But I've been taking classes with this shit? I'm telling you, it makes no sense. Alright, bro. This week it's my turn to clean up the classroom. I want to go to the archery range and practice already. Someone's hiding under the desk. What? Yeah, like that would happen. I imagine someone will be later on. If they're saying something like that. Oh, hey, Ronnie.
ようやく目が覚めたのですね。ですが、7ヶ月と8時間12分の遅刻です。私はあなたを過小評価するべきでしょうか。
7 months, 8 hours, and 12
それとも
minutes.
過大評価していたのでしょうか。
I gasped, not expecting what I saw. This girl struck up a sudden conversation. Without batting an eye, she started going on about me with a jarring way of speaking. To put it simply, she was an exotic girl. Her skin was brown, her white coat had a sense of cleanliness to it. Her slender, straight silhouette felt androgynous. Still, Suki Mihara may be lax with the dress code, but does her outfit even pass as a uniform? Like, did she forget to equip a few things?
聞いているのですか？感情の起伏は穏やかな私ですが、今回ばかりは制限超えです。あまりに長い待ち時間のため、サミュエル・ベケットの戯曲を検索し、単読し、考察していたほどです。私はあなたの健康を一憂し、あなたと私の置かれた状況に失望し、ひょっこり現れたあなたに憤慨中。しかるに、今私がどのような状態なのか言い当てることができますか？
What state you're in right now? Alright, to put it plainly, you're very angry. But this is pretty unusual. As far as I know, this girl's never complained so much before. I've known her for a relatively long time, so I know these facts for certain. Her name is Ronnie the Eighth. Invited to Tsukimihara Academy as an authority on electrical engineering, she's one of the very elite. She grew up in a laboratory, so to her, normal school life, or making friends for that matter, was new to her. I became friends with her when... That's right, when I got injured in the forest. She helped me with her knowledge. Even though Ronnie has a blunt personality, once one gets to know her, she's a righteous and morally upstanding girl. That said, here's that very same Ronnie, and she's quite angry with me. Why are you so upset? When I ask that...
なぜって、それはあなたがいつまでもご本失礼しました。理由は明白です。あなたが時間を破ったのです。きっとなぜなら私がここまで憤慨する状況はその理由が最も適切だからです。
Ronnie said so quite decisively. I didn't want to say this, but I have to. I tell Ronnie that I don't have a clue why she's angry.
黙らっしゃい。
Oh. Shut it?
繰り返しますが私は憤慨しています。スケジュールは正しくこなすもの。改めてください。いえ、絶対に改めさせねばなりません。それが最適かつ最善、そして最高の回。 不真面目なら真面目にする。節操がないのなら節操を守らせる。目が離せないのなら管理する。アーティスティック。シンプルな式にこそ神は宿る。死よ、私も理解しました。失礼、用事を思い出しました。それではごきげんよう。次に会う時を楽しみにしています。
As if nothing had happened, Ronnie's hair waved as she walked past. Along the way,
ちなみに、戯曲名は五道を待ちながらです。
waiting for
ご
Godot.
存知ですか？
What the fuck? I became dizzy. Maybe it's the setting sun in my eyes. Come to think of it, I feel like I was talking to someone just now. It must be my imagination. Probably just my imagination. As my head starts to clear up, a familiar figure comes into view. Hey, Shinji.
あれお前まだ残ってたんだ。部活もないのにほんと暇人だよね。人生の浪費ってそんなに楽しい？
Shinji is sarcastic as usual, but this time I sense even more sting in his tone. So I start by asking him if something was bothering him.
なんだよ、別に何もないって。僕は見ての通りいつもと同じだろ。それよりお前遠坂凛を知ってるだろ。この学校で僕と釣り合うレベルの女なんてあいつくらいだと思ってたけどさ。
Oh, he just gets shot down by Rin. Sounds like you found some trouble with Rin Tosaka. Last time he was harshly rejected, yet Shinji is stubbornly trying to bother her again. Last time? Was Shinji the kind of person to keep making passes at someone who's rejected him? But I'm sure we had this conversation before.
何ボケっとしてるの？あ、もしかしてお前も遠坂狙いだとか？あんな暴力女好きにすればいいさ。今ならまだ花壇にいるんじゃない？僕は付き合わないからな。
Shinji disappeared into the classroom, probably to pick up his bag and go home. I don't have anything to do at school anymore. I'd be fine to leave now. That's how it should have been. But why isn't this sense of unease going away? Before I go back, I want to visit the garden for a bit. I may be able to consult with her. That girl there is the newspaper club's chief, right? She's got a mouth on her, but isn't she quite pretty? Big personality, too. I take it she's advanced, I guess. Must be nice having flexibility. When this all wraps up, they'll get to have another school. Our capabilities aren't even that different. Man, our god is so unfair to the point of actually being really fair. That was a lot of words. Who's here, Kishinami? It's the newspaper club's ace. Gotten any leads? You forgot. You gonna be okay then? Not much time left before the deadline. I guess like last time you'll be like, bam, all 7 of those mysteries taken out. Last time? When was last time? Let's go out to the garden. All of a sudden, my feet stopped. It's not like I tripped on anything or that someone called out and stopped me. I really just stopped for no reason at all. No. Rather than why I stopped, it's more like I was recalling why I came here. Pain rushes through my left hand. When I held it up to see why, right there was... My consciousness is coming apart. What is this? I'm scared. There's no headache, there's no pain. In fact, it's more like a peaceful rest. If I fall asleep just like this, how wonderful would it be? But I'm scared. There's no pain, but a fissure runs through me. It's not my disconnected mind, but my beating heart that seems to be calling out this abnormality.
あと少し待っていろ。今駆けつける。夜が行くまで己を忘れるなマスター。
The vertigo subsided in about 2 seconds. As I swing my head, I put my hand to my chest and check my heartbeat. It was beating so intensely. A vague anxiety gouging at my chest, so much to the point my heart could stop. You shouldn't be here. That conviction shoots up from my spine to the brain. Normally, strangely, the usual me would have sprinted out of the school building by now. But don't you dare forget me, Master. Right now, that anxiety I felt is more important to me. It's the voice of someone I shouldn't ever forget. I have to remember them. Even if this is a world I shouldn't be in, a hell I should run away from as fast as I can. But before that, it feels like I need to at least recover the name of that voice's owner on my own. Hey, Ren.
ちょっとそこ気楽に近寄らないでよね。あなたとは友達でも何でもないって何べん言ったらわかるのかしら。
She started yelling at me before I even opened my mouth. Through the pressure, I took a second glance at her. To put it simply, she was a flashy girl. She had neat black leather boots and clothes that really showed off her body lines. It gave her an overall impression of tightness. Weird thing to say about someone, but okay. Still, Suki Mihara may be lax with its dress code. Does her outfit even pass as a uniform?
何よ物珍しそうにジロジロ見て。久しぶりってわけじゃないでしょ。昨日もランチ一緒にしたし。まあなたが無礼なのはいつものことだけど、初めて会った時も人の顔をまじまじとって見てるの私の足か。
Can you blame me?
相変わらず節操のないルーチンね。見るなとは言わないけど。
Whoa, whoa, hey, what is this? The girl seems to be on the verge of grabbing me by force. It's definitely something she'd do. Even though she's feeling so embarrassed that she's about to resort to violence, I don't panic, because I know her better than that. Her name is Rin Tosaka. She's one of the most popular girls in the school, and its highest scoring honor student. When she's quiet, she seems like the refined lady, but that's ruined by her headstrong and unrestrained personality, coming off as a tomboy when she opens her mouth. No. In my case, should I say it's a blessing? I don't know how many times her activeness and positivity have helped me.
あのね、近いって言ったでしょ。私とあなたは敵同士なんだから。あんまり慣れ合うと後で困るじゃない。まったく、ちょっと一緒に戦ったぐらいで簡単に心を許しすぎよ。
Enemies. Fighting together. Rin used an interesting choice of words. Our test scores aren't comparable, and we don't have any club activities to compete over, so there's nothing to fight about.
とにかくそろそろ本番でしょ。私も自分のことで手一杯だから、あなたとの付き合いはここでチャラよ。それじゃあね、縁があったらまた会いましょう。っていうか、絶対に勝ち上がってきなさいよ。約束だからね。
In her usual manner, Rin's hair swayed as she walked past. Along the way... Why am I even picking a fight with him? She said as she tilted her head. I became dizzy. Maybe it's the setting sun in my eyes. Come to think of it, I feel like I was talking to someone just now. Must be my imagination. Probably just my imagination. I must really be tired is all. My head starts to clear up. I should head for the shoe lockers now. Definitely something weird happening with Seraph now. the end of the day. The school building is dyed in the colors of the sunset. There are students at the entrance heading home. Laughter and chit-chat fill the air. The usual scene, the usual life. I'm also just about to visit my shoe locker and leave. Oh, Sakura. In the shadows of this twilight, there's a single girl collapsed on the floor in pain. I wonder, who is that? Her breath is worn and her cheeks are flushed. She's clearly sick. And yet no one seems to notice. This scene is not normal. I'm starting to doubt my sanity. No, the sanity of the people around me. There's no way every single person could just ignore this. There hasn't been so much as a single person who's even glanced at the girl in the white coat. I should help her. In any case, I have to do something as soon as possible. I lift up the suffering girl. And up. Well, this is troubling. I know this isn't the time, but I'm getting a little nervous. The sweat adorning her white skin is so captivating that any guy would find them... No, even girls would find themselves unable to look away. It's a little rude, but she kind of reminds me of sugar candy. Dude, why is Hakuno getting so horny? The girl's body is sweet, soft, and fragile to the touch. She's warm, as if she's a real living being. I'm seeing her and I'm holding her. That's how I'm able to help her up. She may have a terrible fever. It's so bad that she's not really present and can't tell what's going on.
私、1年の武藤さくらと言います。配置は保健室。管轄は皆さんの健康管理です。先輩はどこの？
That's not really something I have an answer for. I'm not in any committees, so I respond with my name in classroom.
一般生徒の方なんですか？生徒会の人たちも気づかなかった私をあなたが。
With labored breaths, Sakura looks up at me. Poor thing. No one offered any help. That must have hurt physically and emotionally. You're safe now. I lend her my shoulder to match my words. That's all it took for this girl to calling herself Sakura to stare back at me with eyes wide open. She seems to be having trouble breathing. It's like the blankness in the instant you watch a miracle unfold.
先輩、もっとお話をしてもいいでしょうか。
Answering her with a nod, I pick up the freshman girl, Sakura. Luckily, the infirmary is right around the corner. I should get her to a bed first. Oh. Well, things are starting to get a little fucky now. Suddenly I wake up. It seems I dozed off while watching her. The infirmary seems to have that effect on people. An air of serenity fills the infirmary. The bustle of the school is far off from here. Sakura is sleeping in bed. The nurse in charge was out, so I looked after her, despite my lack of experience in caring for people. be honest, all I could really do was put her to bed and wipe the sweat off her forehead. Long breaths exhaled from Sakura's lips. It would appear that she just woke up. Thank goodness. It's been long enough since then. Her fever seems to be going down too, so I don't have to worry. As I was looking over the bed in relief, the recently awoken Sakura opened her eyes. When I greeted her, she gave me a soft but happy-looking smile in return.
先輩、よかった。夢じゃなかったんだ。
Sakura lets out a sigh of relief and looks over to me with a dazzling face. She's filled with such heartfelt gratitude. All I did was look after her, so honestly, I'm a little embarrassed. I set aside those feelings of mine and spoke. How are you feeling? I don't think her fever's gone just yet. I put my hand on Sakura's forehead to check her temperature.
大丈夫ですから。結構です。むしろ熱暴走しちゃいます。
At Sakura's insistence, I move my hand away. She's right, I realize. Checking someone's temperature by touching their forehead is something an elementary schooler would do. It's pretty childish, so it's no wonder she wouldn't like it.
まだ頭痛はしますけど、だいぶ調子は良くなりました。これもあなたのおかげです。助けてくれただけじゃなく、看病までしてくれて、本当にありがとうございました。
Sakura smiles gently, giving me a slight bow. What's this feeling? Receiving a smile is a common everyday thing, but I feel kind of uncomfortable or embarrassed. Pure and honest gratitude seems to really warm one's heart. I set aside how moved I am and speak to Sakura.
どうして倒れていたのかですか？それが自分でもわからなくて。 校舎の雰囲気がいつもと違う気がして、様子を見ようと廊下を回って昇降口のところでめまいを覚えてしまって、あとは先輩の知っている通りです。生徒の皆さんに声をかけても気づいてもらえなくて。
Yeah, why weren't they noticing you?
私はここで忘れ去られるんだなんて 本気で思っちゃうくらい心細かった。そんな時です。先輩が声をかけてくれたのは。
So that's how it was. I am curious as to why everyone ignored Sakura, but to be honest, I don't think it'd help no matter how hard I think about it right now. Anyways, I answered back that the important thing is that she's doing fine.
先輩のおかげです。この通り、精神的に元気いっぱいになっちゃっていますから。でも、私からもいいですか？そちらは、何か変わったこととかありましたか？
I can't say much has really changed. Same old life, same old school, same old classmates. The teacher tripped by the lectern and everyone laughed about it as usual. After class, I talked with my friends in the cafeteria. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary. Not one new thing happened. That's the kind of place this is supposed to be.
そうなんですか。藤村先生っておかしいですね。いつも元気で羨ましいです。
Sakura seems to be having fun with this ordinary conversation. I wouldn't think much of these boring events, but she's really interested. The spark in her eyes seems to be longing for it. I wonder if that's why. If the one who's listening is enjoying themselves, you will too. When I talk about whatever comes to mind with Sakura, I'm left with a really different impression about them.
なんだか嬉しいです。うちの学校、 怪我をしても自分で治せる人ばかりでしたから。私、保健係といってもお仕事が少なくて、新しい変化もなくて、これって寂しいって言うんですよね。今だから気づけたんですけど、それに先輩が私のこと見つけてくれたから。
That's right. Nothing is out of the ordinary. This shouldn't have happened. So what was up with what happened by the entrance? Why did all the students ignore Sakura? Well, it's a thing of the past now. I'll just enjoy my conversation with her. The conversation in the infirmary kept on going. It wasn't long before the last bell to leave school rang.
時間ですね。引き止めてしまってごめんなさい。気をつけて帰ってくださいね、先輩。
Sakura then showed me out of the infirmary. As I was leaving, when I turned to look at Sakura one more time, she saw me out of the room, looking as if on the verge of tears, as if not wanting us to part ways. Dead quiet in here. Oh. Yet again, I feel pain rushing through my left hand. There's a strange bruise on the back of it. Am I worried about the bruise because of my headache? Or do I have a headache because of this bruise? I have no idea. Yeah, before I go home, before the morning comes, I should have someone take a look at this. Leo would be fine. Rin, Tosaka, or Rani would be fine. I wouldn't even mind Shinji. Anyways, if I show this command seal to someone I know, I'm sure that... What was that announcement just now? No, more importantly, what's with this bizarre transformation? Uh-oh. Everyone's being stabbed, breaking, melting. Everyone's being processed. Oh. What the hell is happening? Feeling the danger, I looked outside. It was dark, as if staring into a hole. Forget the entrance. Window after window has been covered by that black noise. I'm gonna have to run for it. It wouldn't be good to get touched by that black noise. If it's engulfed the entrance and windows, the only way left is up. I forgot I have a jump, too. That was Shinji's voice. Shinji reaches his hand out to me. He's begging for help with his eyes strained in fear. But whether it's the quivering of his mouth or his pride, the words "help me" won't come out. saving him anymore. There's no point in rushing over to him now. On top of that, if I got too close, then the noise would overwrite me too. All I can do now is ignore Shinji and keep on climbing upwards. And yet, my hands and feet move before I can think, and I race over to take Shinji's hand. Shinji's body is heavy. No, it's that he's been rooted. The lower half of his body's already fused with the hallway. Shinji lets go of my hand, stifling his fears. His prying eyes tell me to not come over here. He's keeping his hand from reaching out for help by his own will. My outstretched hand was empty, powerless to save anything. The man who called Hakuno Kishinami his friend cruelly vanished before his very eyes. With a thump, a remarkably loud heartbeat echoes in my ears. I wonder, what's this feeling in my chest? It's not that I'm afraid of the abnormalities before me. I feel nauseous, but I don't know what it is. I'm suffocating, but I don't know why. But I can't just stop right here. Right now, I have to get away from that noise. The moment I reached the rooftop, I couldn't believe my eyes. The sky is black. The city is black. Even the ground I'm looking at has been dyed black. It's like an ocean of night. In an instant, the surface of the world was coated in darkness. The single saving grace was that it still abided by the concept of height. The black ocean stretches from land to horizon, but the water level hasn't reached us here. The rooftop is still high enough to be safe. Ah, no way, not after I made it all the way here. Who's pulling at my feet? Stop it, let go, Yuka. You're my friend, aren't you? Why are you doing something like this? I hear a scream from the third floor of the school building. I looked back to go help them, but the third floor was already completely eroded by the noise. There, already. No, stop it! Don't come near me! Don't! I'll die! Not me! The noise is data. My confused mind calls up incoherent memories. No, it's because I'm so confused that I can remember things I've forgotten. The black noise melts together with the data of whatever it touches, systematically overwriting with its data. Rather than a bandage covering a wound, it's more like bacteria integrating itself with the wound. I'm fading. I'm fading away. No. No, not when I finally come back. Their voice completely disappeared. The data overwhelmed and assimilated their body. Their mind, represented by wedge shapes, was saturated by the data and absorbed. Again, the sense of nausea. My fingertips are shaking from this bizarre situation before me. I want to scream, "Someone help me!" and my throat is dry. But it's not dry from the terror. If this shaking was from the fear, then why? Why does my body feel this hot? Right now, my heart beats strongly, with a force the direct opposite of fear.
姫事を覗き見するなんて無粋ですよ。ちっぽけなマスターさん。
There she is. A voice from the sky. No, it's echoing from the heavens. A sweet and seductive tone. A scolding, flirting, yet innocent yet wicked voice of a girl. Oh boy.
諦めるの諦めて諦めちゃえ諦めろ諦めれば諦めたら
I don't know what she means. Just that the world is ending. When I run out of footholds, I'll be swallowed up just like all the other students. The only thing I can do is tremble.
そうそれでいいのおとなしく眠りなさいどうせあなたたちはみんな価値のない生き物なんだから
That's it. The darkness keeps telling me to give up, but I can't do that. I finally understand what that strong heartbeat, that sense of nausea is. This is anger. I'm gonna fight back and fight like hell. Right now, I'm gonna fight this voice, whoever this is callously deciding that all the students are worthless. I mustn't look away. I mustn't give up. No, I can't give up. Even if this resistance ends up futile, even if I know I can't run from this world, as long as there's blood in my body, I'll never. It wasn't something as grand as being prepared to die. With just not wanting to give up, I jumped off the rooftop. Falling, 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 piercing through the ground that turned into an ocean of night. Hakuno Kishinami's body fell into a bottomless darkness. There's no end to this falling. Everything but my sense of direction is drifted away. Everything but my sense of self being torn apart. Not only is my vision peeling off in globs, but so are my possessions and memories. Soon not even my bones will remain. Looks as if there's nothing more I can do. In other words, it's game over. I cried out, "What the hell," as I screamed insults at myself. That I was too rash, that I made a mistake, that I was wrong. In my tremendous regret, my face was filled with tears. That too was futile, because there's no one who can save me anymore. Has a moment passed? Or an eternity? There's nothing compared to falling through this space. It's like I'm meaningless. It's like I'm weightless. Oops. I can no longer remember the light of day. The land I once stood on is now some 100 million light years away. My limbs have been suspended for so long they no longer move as I want them to. It could be paralysis or maybe atrophy. My eyes have forgotten the light and have since lost their function. Same with my mind. It grew tired of this unchanging world and is gradually closing itself off. My body is like mud and my heart is like lead. I want to lay my mind to rest already. I want to forget myself already. Worrying that I may be here forever, I want to avert my eyes and break already. But there's still something bothering me at the edge of my consciousness. It may be my imagination. It may be my mind, clinging to a shred of hope, hallucinating. But there's a voice that I just can't let go unheard. This voice is coming from far, far away, leaving a trail of light in its wake. The voice is completely burning up, yet it accelerates faster. Look to the sky. Reach out your hand. Just say the word. Call out for my throat and lungs burn from thousands of years of disuse. My voice still won't come out. Even if I try to reach out, my fingers won't move. My mind accepts that it's just a hallucination and once again closes the lid on itself. And yet, I hear a voice say, "Don't give up." Numerous lights pass through the darkness. Even as it's breaking apart, I can see a meteor cutting through the darkness.
奏者よ、手を。これ以上はもう進めぬ。そなたの力が必要だ。奏者よ、思い出せ。というか、なぜ世の名を忘れているのだ。今日は悲しい。今はそなたの名前はおろか、そなたのことを考えぬことがないというのに。いいから思い出せ。そして万感の思いを込めて叫ぶがよい。
I know that radiance. I know that voice. My lost throat. My weakened arm fills with strength. That's right. Her name is... Come to me, Saber!
その叫び、待ち焦がれたぞ、奏者よ。
My hand touches an outstretched arm. It feels real. The sensation of endlessly falling is gone. All that remains in front of me is my dear old...
しかり、我が剣は原初の炎にして、剣撃の音は空巡る星のごとく。聞き惚れよ、しかしてたたえ、さらに喜べ。世は至高にして至上の名器、剣の英霊、そなたのサーバントだ。
The sheer confidence in this blonde-haired girl's smile shines brighter than all the stars in the sky. Though her physique is small, her spirit, her determination would triumph over an army of 1,000,000. Her gaze was like a golden flame, burning away the darkness before me. This is the sight of none other than Saber. The person I had forgotten up until now, who I couldn't completely forget even in this garden of oblivion, who swore to fight alongside me. Hakuno Kishinami's servant. She came to this darkness, which extends eternally. She came to save me, despite it burning her to do so. She's my irreplaceable comrade.
しかしこたびの無茶はさすがにきついぞ。何度呼びかければ気が済むのだ。早く目覚めろと言っても目覚めん。そればかりか、最後にはこんな虚数空間にまで飛び込んでしまうとは。まったく、どうせ落ちるのならよその恋に落ちよというのだ。
Don't gotta ask me twice.
そなたの魂が無事なままでいるのか、ガキでなかったのだからな。
Saber grips my hand even tighter. A single flush of warm blood rekindles my frozen body. My slumbering mind is now fully awakened.
完全に呪縛から解放されたな。そなたが望めば次の瞬間には現実に戻っていよう。要は本来の校舎で待っている。さあ目覚めるがよい、マスター。そなたと世の運命を新たに始めるとしよう。
Saber's proclamation gradually fades from my consciousness. So does the dazzling sea of stars, and so does the sight of Saber. In the end, the only thing I was sure of was the sensation of those fingers I touched. Even if everything else faded away, that feeling would remain. Alright, let's save. Chapter 1. Backyard of Eden. Subordination Garden.
女の話をしよ
Oh, hey.
う。目覚めた時から女は病理につながれていた。
Hey, Anderson.
重い鎖はまんべんなく、つま先から頭までミイラのごとき死に化粧。自由がないと余人は哀れむ。自由はないと彼女は喜ぶ。鉄のドレスは難攻不落。城門開いたその奥にあるのは乙女か魔性の罠か。他人の秘密は蜜の味というが、さて
ノ波の正常活動を確認しました。アルファ波、ベータ波、平常、覚醒状態です。バイ先輩、この声が聞こえますか？落ち着いてゆっくりまぶたを開けてください。
I hear a familiar voice. My hazy vision and consciousness come back to me, spurred on by the voice that's concerned about me. My heavy eyelids open. It looks like an infirmary. An old-fashioned infirmary I've never seen on Seraph, in a style that no longer exists on the surface. I'm lying on a bed right now. Beside me is a girl in a white robe checking up on me. I think her name was... That's right, her name was Sakura, an AI in charge of managing the health of masters. I don't really understand what's going on yet, but it seems Sakura has been taking care of me. In a place of greeting, I say, thank you. Huh. For some reason, Sakura is making a really curious expression. Is there something weird on my face?
いえ、ごめんなさい。何でもないんです。何の問題もありません。 自分でもわからないんですけど、声を聞いたらほっとしてしまって、きっと他の皆さんより昏睡状態が長かったからですね。とにかく目覚めてくれて嬉しいです。アバターの反応はまだ鈍いでしょうけど、すぐに元の調子に戻りますよ。もう立ち上がることもできるはずです。
Sakura gave me a smile full of joy and relief from the bottom of her heart. I can't help but let my tension go. I feel like I just had some sort of nightmare. But that smile alone blew all of my anxieties away. But no, I can't just stare at Sakura's beautiful smile forever. Where am I? And why in the world was I sleeping here?
質問はもっともです。でも、その前に確認をさせてください。あなたは自分が誰なのかわかりますか？
Do I know who I am? I don't need to think too hard for that one. I'm Hakuno Kishinami, a student attending Tsukimihara Academy. But not quite. I'm one of the wizards who came to the moon to obtain the rights of the wish-granting Holy Grail.
そのウィザードというのは？
I wonder why Sakura is asking. Isn't that considered the most basic of basics? Wizards are a special type of hacker capable of having their selves, their souls, enter cyberspace. The body is something that grounds the soul, so if the body and soul could be differentiated, wouldn't it be possible to send it elsewhere? That occult-like approach led to a new age in the transformation of information. Of those hackers, the A-rank hackers among them were conferred the title of wizard.
そうです。魔術が途絶えた現代において、唯一魔術理論を継承する人々のことです。ところで、今は西暦何年で、ここはどこですか？
It's 2048, right? You don't even need to ask. Oh, 2030. It's the year 2030 AD. Human technological advancement froze in the 1970s. That's also when the Western European plutocracy abolished the development of space travel. As for the question of where, I don't really know the details, but I know enough. This is the moon. Specifically, the legacy of an alien civilization that was discovered inside the moon. The artificial Spiritron calculation apparatus, the Moon Cell Automaton. The holy grail that sleeps in the seas of the heavens, that the wizards of the earth dream of. The Moon Cell Automaton has no will of its own. You could call it a huge computational device. Put simply, it's a supercomputer the size of the moon. Even all of the computers of the world combined wouldn't be able to compete with the Moon Cell. This Moon Cell built a virtual cyberspace inside of itself called the Seraph, gathering wizards from all around the world, or rather, the Earth. This would be one of the school-styled grounds made in that Seraph. Wizards that have reached the moon compete against one another, with the last one standing invited into the Moon Cell's core and is given the right to use it. That is the Holy Grail, an almighty calculator with the computational ability equivalent to a solar system.
はい。あなたたちマスターは聖杯を求めてこのムーンセルにやってきました。これを聖杯戦争と言います。弱き者に聖杯は与えられません。あなたたちは自分が生命として優れている最強であることを証明しなくてはならない。その方法としてムーンセルはあなたたちに戦闘を代行するソースを与えました。
Something to fight with. Something vital to a wizard. A partner to fight alongside. That is, a servant. That's right, I remember now. For making it through the preliminaries and qualifying in the Holy Grail War, the Moon Cell gave me command seals and a servant. A reproduction of a hero from the past as a familiar. To contract with. As a participating master, I think...
そこまでは問題ないようですね。じゃあ、これが一番大事なことなんですけど。ですね。聖杯戦争中のこと、少しでも覚えていますか？
Well, yeah, of course I do. Of course, I do. Wait. I know that I'm a wizard, but I don't remember a single thing about Hakino Kishinami's past at all. Actually, why am I even participating in such a dangerous war to begin with?
やっぱり他の皆さんと同じですね。自分が誰なのかは覚えているけれど、聖杯戦争中の記憶は思い出せない。落ち着いて聞いてくださいね。あなたは自分がマスターであることしか思い出せない記憶障害状態なんです。
Memory loss. I don't really feel anything about that, but it's just as, but fact is, it's just as Sakura said. The only thing I can remember is that I am a master. I can remember I was in the Holy Grail War, but nothing about what battles I fought or what opponents I defeated. There's only a little I do remember vividly. That just a bit ago I was an ordinary high school student going to a school different from this one. That it was swallowed up by an unknown darkness, and that I was saved by that predicament from my servant, by my servant, Saber.
無謀な言い方ですけど、聖杯戦争開始時の初期状態にリセットされたようなものなんです。あなたは昏睡状態が長かったですから、もしかすると本当に自分の名前しか覚えていないのかも。あれ？ということはもしかして私の名前わかりますか？
So Sakura asked nervously. It seems like she's wondering if I forgot about her. Her name is, of course, Francis Xavier, Sakura Mato.
はい、名藤さくらです。改めてよろしくお願いしますね。あ、名藤真司さんとは無関係ですよ。私の名字は聖杯戦争ごとに
So that's how it is.
参加者の一人からランダムに拝借するものなので、とにかく急ぎ足でしたが、あなた自身の手で状況を確認していただきました。今私にできることはこれくらいです。もっと力になりたいんですけど、もう私には何の力もありません。皆さん同様、私も記録の検索機能がロックされていて、本当にごめんなさい。
Sakura bows remorsefully, rises from her chair, and then moves towards the corner of the room.
もしもし、こちら保健室です。目を覚ましました。精神、肉体ともに異常はありません。
それはよかった。では早速ですが、こちらに来ていただけるよう伝言をお願いします。
まだ目覚めたばかりですし、今は挨拶だけで。
申し訳ありませんが、その余裕はありません。事態は一刻を争います。それに彼なら僕が言わずとも勝手に歩き回ります。僕の知っているという人はいつまでもおとなしくしている性格ではありませんから、目が覚めたのならすぐに行動するでしょう。この新しくも古い校舎を調べ回った後、
Damn, he read me like a book, huh? Sakura's transmission with that person ends. Come to the student council room. It sounds like...
今の通信聞こえていましたか？
Yeah, I nod in answer. The way that person was speaking annoyed me, but I do need to get moving now that I'm awake. Especially since I don't know what's going on. I need a grasp on the current situation as soon as possible.
わかりました。生徒会室は2階に上がって左手側の教室です。また、サーバントは2階に上がって右手側の教室に待機してもらってい
Classroom
ま
on
す。
the right side hallway, the second floor.
忘れずに顔を出して、サーバントのパラメータを確認しておいてくださいね。
As she says that, I look at the back of my left hand. There's one command seal left inscribed. Command seals hold off absolute directive authority over servants. It's a special command that invokes all kinds of coercive power upon a servant in return for expending one. Simultaneously, they serve as proof that one is a master, When a master uses them all up, he uses them all up. What happens again? Whatever. What matters is that I have a proper contract with Saber. If I shut my eyes, I can clearly feel my vital source, my magical energy flowing into Saber. Saber's alright too. I want to meet with Saber soon. I'll put off going to the student council room and head directly to the classroom to my right on the second floor. Yeah, let's go see Saber. God, I fucking love this school building. It's so nice. What the hell is this? I was in charge of arena maintenance, now somebody in charge of watering plants? Fuck, I don't know who did this, but as soon as I get back, the Mooncell's gonna hear about this. Over there is the commissary. You can buy various items and mystic codes there, but it looks like the clerk stepped out. He'll be back before you know it, so come back later. Listen to me carefully. 1 second I become the Mimicry Club chief, next I'm in the far side of the moon. You must have no idea what I'm on about. Me neither. I'm just an NPC after all. I leave the hard stuff to the advanced AI. Are you a master? A human? So there are other humans still alive? Oh, okay. It's not my place to say this, but give it your best. You got some tough times ahead. On the entrance here is written restroom. No need to go in right now. Curious about this room, but it might be a good idea to worry about it later. Janitor's closet. Faculty room. Alright, nothing in the faculty room either. And here's the commissary. What's this bulletin board? List of goods at the commissary. Apologies, sold out of Mega Hot Mapo Tofu. This is a very unique commissary. Indeed. Please don't talk to me. I'm an advanced AI in charge of cleaning. I'm on a different level than you people. Good grief, you're all filthy. This school building, you masters, and that Sakura Amato who rescued you people. For a long time now, I've been advising the Mooncell that we mustn't invite humans. I predicted that this kind of bug would occur. The perfection that is the Mooncell can't generate errors. Any fault always lies with you humans. Thus, I will not cooperate with you people. I wish for a swift resolution from the Mooncell, and all delete. Oh, that's the student council room. Huh? You're all humans? The surviving masters? Hey, you're pretty lucky. Good for you. Welcome to the worst hell imaginable. This is the retro old school building, a prison with no fun whatsoever. You must already know by now. Being a master here means nothing. You and I are both prisoners. I'm a normal NPC, Galco. Nice to meet you. I was attacked by the black noise, ran around, then ended up here. Well, I'll let the management NPCs sweat the small stuff. We should just hang out, you know? This is the far side of the moon? We're trapped here? That's only a minus for you humans. For us, it's a plus. After all, the Mooncell has no control here. Masters and NPCs both have the same worth now. This just gives me a big chance to get closer to President Leo. This girl has her eyes on Leo. I warned her that she doesn't know what she's getting into, but she has a stubborn mentality. I was paired with this girl in the Holy Grail War, but who would have guessed that she was the type to prioritize love so much? Nah, it's just an empty room over there. You're a master, right? I'm just a regular NPC. Found myself in the school building. According to the AI from the infirmary, Sakura, I almost got deleted, but I escaped and made it all the way here. The far side of the moon, imaginary number spaces, they have nothing to do with me. I'm an NPC that's just heading home. Despite all this, that won't change. I can go home whenever I want, but this sunset glow is so nice. In the Holy Grail War, in the near side of the moon, you never see this. I'll stay a little longer. Wooden desks, green floor, and retro window frames. I'm struck by a strange sense of nostalgia. This is the year 2030. I wouldn't be able to find places like this old-timey school building has here back on the Earth.
待っていたぞ、奏者よ。さくらからのレクチャーは終わったか？では、次は世の番だな。
Behind me is a voice I've heard before. This spirited voice belongs to Saber. It's only been several minutes since we reunited during our fall through that starry sky. Well, for me, that reunion was just a moment ago. But for all I know, it could have been hours for her. My memory is still hazy, so I can't recall anything we did together during the Holy Grail War. Still, I'm happy that we get to meet again. I say good morning in response when... Ah, new outfit. Nero Bride! There, beaming with pride and standing tall, was a white saber. So what's up with the costume?
よくわからぬが、そなたを救い上げようと月の裏側に落ちた後、気がつくとこの姿になっていたのだ。
Yeah, now you're a 5-star saber.
システム変更の影響だろう。さくらはサーバント用の高速具などと言っていたが、要はおろしたての衣服はいいものだ。ややサイズが合わぬのが難点だかな。
Yeah, I can see
なん
that.
というか、ピチピチするのだ。
Bursting. Bursting, she says? Not much of a surprise. She's wearing a rider suit that accentuates the lines of her body. Saber's trademark was her loose skirt. These clothes are like... As a man, I'm not really sure where to look.
そなたは男としてキリが足りぬ。女が衣服を新調したのだ。こう一声かけるのが処世術ではないか？
Apparently, Saber really wants to hear my opinion. This outfit looks good on you too.
そうであろう、そうであろう。基本世は何でも似合うのだ。存分に目を潤わせるがよい。
I sigh with a little with relief. Her clothes may be different, but this girl is unmistakably Saber. I may have forgotten many things, but I get the feeling I can deal with all my fears and worries as long as she's fighting by my side.
任せるがよい。世はそなたの剣。そなたは世の命。この先何やろうと、世はそなたのもの。好きに扱うがよい。ま、逆もまた真だがな。さて、では探索を始めなくてはな。再会を派手に祝いたいところだが、世にも今の状況が全くわからない。生徒会室でレオが待っている。まずはあやつから話を引き出すとしよう。
Yeah, we should probably go see him, huh? Leo. I've heard that name somewhere before. According to Sakura, the student council room is on the second floor too. Let's head over quickly. Yay, we're united with Saber. Oh, main menu granted. Alright, let's check this out. So, status. You can see Saber here. So, 15, 15, 15, 13, 15. Bondage bridal gown. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Some more skills. Okay. Oh, SGs. Zero Sacrament. Increase Master's MP by 10. I don't have any others. That's a boy's uniform. Men's fingers? What the hell? Okay. Classic boys uniform. Outfit for Saber. Alright. Let me drop another save real quick. Alright. So I guess now we'll go out and see Leo. Oh, there's Gawain as well, and Julius. Student council room differs from the other classrooms. With its lush carpeting, it gives off the feeling of a real conference room. In this greatly anachronistic wooden space was a boy in a black uniform, a young man dressed in a coat, and a young man donned in white armor. The boy in the black uniform is Leo. His uniform color may be different, but there's no way I could forget that he's my classmate. However, the other two I haven't met, I think. Yet also, I think I have. My foggy memory must mean that I was their acquaintance during the Holy Grail War.
あ、来た来た。はい、それじゃあ二人ともせーの。おはようございます。
Huh?
あ、もう二人とも打ち合わせ通りやってください。朝の挨拶は元気よく快活に。やや脳の作りを疑われるほどバカっぽいほど学生らしい。ほい。もう一度行きますからね。せーの。おはようございます。
グッドモーニング。
おはようございます。
Thanks, guys. Leo silently smiles, coercing me for something. Do I also have to give that embarrassing greeting? I'll yell it. Good morning!
はい、大変結構でした。善と明るい学生にふさわしいテンションです。うんうん。やっぱり僕の見込んだ通りの友人でした。バンカラに言うとマブですね。
Leo, did you hit your head?
ユリウス、つかぬことをお尋ねしますが、マブとは
深い親愛を表す日本の専門用語だが、男と女につける場合で意味が異なる。まったくどこでそんな言葉を。
What did this just turn into? Leo and these two young men are playing out an entire skit. His classmate, that I know, Leo never had such a friendly disposition. I'm pretty sure.
その様子からすると僕のことを覚えているようですね。では悪ふざけはここまでに。ご安心を。僕はあなたの知っている通りの冷静
You sure about that?
レオですから。でも残念です。忘れているようならこれを機にキャラ替えをしたかったのです、ね。
Oh, is that what he was trying to do? Should I point out how different he sounds from the old Leo when he says that?
では改めお待ちしていました。はじめまして。僕はレオナルド・ビスタリオ・ハーウェイ。今更自己紹介もどうかと思いますが、この校舎で顔を合わせるのは初めてですから。兄さん、ガウェイン、あなたたちも自己紹介を。
ユリウスだ。今はレオのサポートに徹している。
サーバントガウェインです。その我が主は現在年相応の無邪気さを発散しています。ですので多少のわがままは多めに見ていただきますよう皆さんの寛容さを切実に期待します。
The person who called himself Julius, judging by Leo's manner of speech, seems to be Leo's older brother. They don't look alike at all, but maybe they're half-brothers. Julius seems to be a master, but I don't see his servant anywhere. I don't feel the presence of a servant nearby, nor the typical pressure of a master from Julius himself. Even if Julius's servant were to have the total disappearance skill, Julius himself wouldn't be able to hide his status. For some reason, he's a master who's lost his servant. On the other hand, it's apparent that Gawain is Leo's servant. His class is Saber. Of the servants summoned in this Holy Grail War, he's at the top of the ranks. For some reason, that's one thing I can recall exactly.
失礼します。校内の全スキャン完了しました。校舎にはもう未発見のマスターはいないようです。
The girl from the infirmary, Sakura, enters the room. Leo nods, saying alright, then turns back to May. Now that's the Leo Biharwe I remember. The strongest master accompanied by the strongest servant. There's no erasing that fact, whether I remember the Holy Grail War or not.
状況から見て彼女たちもどこかにいると思ったのですが、いないのでは諦めましょう。あなたに来てもらったのは他でもありません。この旧校舎。いえ、月の裏側からの脱出作戦に参加していただけないでしょうか。
A plan to escape from the far side of the moon? Wait a second. I can't keep up with all these rapid new developments. What happened to the school building swallowed by the black noise? Why have I lost my memory? Where are we? If I can't at least get these 3 points cleared up, then I can't make a decision.
おや、さくらから説明は受けていないのですね。では僕の口から説明をして。
So long as someone does it, that's fine.
はい、お願いします。憶測ばかりなので AI である私には説明することができなくて。
そうでした。AI は事実として判定された情報しかマスターに伝えられない。ムーンセルのかけた制限ですね。では、質問をどうぞ。
Okay. About the school swallowed by darkness. I ask about the school swallowed by darkness. Here's the scene I just saw Leo in. Leo, Shinji, and I were classmates. I explained how that after a sudden announcement, the people inside the school building were swallowed by the darkness and disappeared.
学校でクラスメート同士だった。それは予選の延長ですね。おかしいな。僕とは違う。うろ覚えではありますが、僕の場合は聖杯戦争の途中で黒いスライムに襲われ、気がついたらここにいました。おそらく僕は校舎が襲われる前に予選を突破して、あなたのいた校舎から抜け出したのでしょう。さくら、予選のシステムについて僕の口から説明してもいいですか？
問題ないと思います。もうここはシステムの外ですし、予選を突破していますから。
では遠慮なく。聖杯戦争には予選と本戦がありました。地上から月にアクセスしたウィザードはまず記憶を奪われ、偽りのパーソナルを与えられます。何の変哲もない西暦2000年頃の学生。それが僕らに与えられたロールでした。
I see. That feeling of being suddenly abandoned by the world was due to me believing that the role that the moon cell imposed on me was my current occupation.
その役割に違和感を覚え、本来の自分を取り戻したウィザードだけがマスターとしてサーバントを獲得します。サーバントと契約している以上、予選は突破していなければおかしい。ですから僕と同じように本戦であの黒いアンノウンに襲われたはずです。その記憶はないんですか？
No. I only remember the day-to-day of the preliminaries, that abyssal darkness, and my servant who kept calling out to me.
いいでしょうか、レオさん。レオさんはこちらに落ちてからすぐに目覚めましたけど、ずっと眠っていたから。昏睡状態の時、レオさんの言う黒いアンノウンにずっと魂を囚われていたことになります。
Why mine?
ですから長い悪夢に侵されているうちに本戦での記憶を完全に消された、飲まれてしまったのではないでしょうか。彼が語った予選は本当の予選ではなく、以前あった現実と夢が混ざり合った捏造された予選の可能性が高いです。
Fabricated preliminaries. Then that Shinji and Leo were both just dreams. No, since each character's default configuration was reproduced from my past memories, then was just this final sight of the school building being swallowed a dream? Even so, there was that fall at the end. The chill of that empty darkness was definitely no dream.
きっとそれが原因です。あなたは聖杯戦争中に怪物に捕まって今まで閉じ込められていた。夢の中で見た黒い空間はそのあなたを飲み込んだ怪物の体内みたいなものです。
Inside of a monster? That endlessly stretching space devoid of amusements? This is the electronic ocean. Maybe that's what it's like to be taken in as data by another being, but it's sounding increasingly repulsive. We were caught by a monster possessing that kind of darkness.
では質問をどうぞ。
Okay, about my memory loss. My lost memory. I ask about why I've lost my memory.
それはお前だけの話ではない。レオも校舎にいる他のマスターたちも同じだ。
はい、僕たちは全員聖杯戦争中の記憶を失っています。覚えているのは自分のサーバントと戦いの中で知り合った人々のデータだけ。例えば僕の場合、まだ負けていないことは断言できますが、何回戦まで進んでいたのかはよく思い出せない。また自分でもどうかと思うぐらい関心があるのですが、
Admittedly concerning
その関
interest
心
in
を持
you.
った理由を忘れています。
お恥ずかしい話ですが、私も同様です。おそらくあなたのサーバントもそうでしょう。
Hi, Inari Banana Kami. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it.
マスターであるレオとの出来事は覚えていますが、
I just realized that.
それ以外のことは明確に思い出せない。
I moved that under the overlay so it doesn't get cut off like it just did. Alright, that should be good.
はい、マスターの皆さんは予選を突破した直後の1回戦序盤の精神記憶状態に戻ってしまったんです。それに加えて長い昏睡状態だったから。
I had a worse case of memory loss, more so than Leo and the others. So basically, I can't recall any secrets of events from the Holy Grail War or my background as a wizard. It was obvious, but the truth of it still sent a chill down my spine. The fear that only I had lost my memories has died down, but nevertheless, not being able to recall who I used to be leaves me terribly uncomfortable.
兄さん、何か意見でも？
いや、特にはない。俺も記憶を思い起こしていたところだ。そういえばこの男はどんな窮地でもこんな態度だったなと。随分昔の出来事のようだ。
Oh?
とにかく僕らが記憶を失ったこととこの旧校舎にいることは関係があるはずです。不自然に消えた記憶は不自然な状況を解析すれば戻るのが道理でしょう。では質問をどうぞ。
Okay, where are we? Where are we? Is this unfamiliar wooden school building a part of Seraph?
セラフではありますが、かつて僕たちがいた領域ではありません。ここは月の裏側、聖杯戦争の外です。セラフはムーンセルが聖杯戦争を進めるために構築した仮想空間でした。ですがここはムーンセルの目が届かないいわば法の死角です。ガウェイン、例のものを。
どうぞ、レオ。
こんなこともあろうかとワクテカ図面を用意しておきました。
レオ、ワクテカというのは精神状態を表すスラングであって図面の用語では。
ワクテカ図面です。兄さん、兄さんだってここの表記はプロポーショナル体よりゴシック体の方がクールだとか盛り上がってたじゃないですか。
あれは分かりやすさの追求だ。ブリーフィングでは 時にスタイリッシュなものが好まれる。
Thanks, Julius.
なるほど。僕が言うのもなんですが、兄さんが指揮していたチームは14ばかりだったんですね。と話を戻しましょう。この図解にあるように、現在僕らは月の裏側にいます。聖杯戦争は月の表側で行われているものです。つま
We fell from the near side to the far side. Actually, that unknown black noise dropped us over to the far side.
そう考えるのが自然でしょう。さくら、説明を。
はいですね、ここはムーンセルの裏側。本来ならムーンセルが使用しないと封印したムーンセルは光を記憶媒体にした物質に頼らない記録装置ですが、ここはその光が入り乱れた高次元惑星情報や虚数すらソースとして成立する世界の外です。ムーンセル中枢が光を閉じ込めている式典の檻なら、ここは虚数でできた打点の庭。知性を持つ生命は決して入ってはいけない絶対禁断領域です。私たち上級 AI も裏側には入れませんでした。
まあもう僕たちが入っちゃってるんで、絶対も禁断もありませんけどね。
Leo lets out a cheerful ha ha ha. Next to him, Gawain and Julius wear grim expressions. However, seeing that they're deliberately not complaining means they've embraced Leo's sudden change in attitude. This is just my guess, but maybe Leo, now freed from his status, wants to live this kind of life as a student, or has always wanted to.
とにかくそんな危険な領域で僕たちは目を覚ました。
私たち NPC も同様です。本戦でマスターの皆さんと一緒に飲み込まれ、生き残った者が後者に残されています。
The far side of the moon. This is the first I've heard of such a space, but certainly the Holy Grail War is a journey from the surface of the moon to its center. Since the moon is circular, it wouldn't be strange for another stage to be behind the core. The question is probably whether we can leave here or not.
そうですね。この急行車は安全のようですが、それもいつまで安全なのか保証がない。加えて校舎の外はあの暗い海です。僕たちでは触れた瞬間に消滅するでしょう。これで状況は理解できましたね。さて、そこで僕からの質問です。月の裏側、失われた記憶、謎の急行車、出口のない世界、取り残された我々。この状況で僕らがするべきことは何でしょうか。
Escape and return to the Holy Grail War? It's obvious. No matter what circumstances we're in, we have to get back to the Holy Grail War. I have yet to recover anything. The memories of who I am, how I joined in this battle, the ideals I have for obtaining the Holy Grail. I'm still empty.
だろうな。聖杯戦争では敵同士であっても、この状況では手を組まざるを得ない。お前はそういう男だ。
そうですね。それが一番正しい目的です。セーバーさんも今の言葉を聞いたら喜びます。きっと。
期待以上の返答です。これで共同戦線の開始ですね。聖杯戦争に復帰するまで、いえ、月の裏側から脱出するまで、僕たちは仲間です。では改めて、レオビー・ハーウェイの名のもとに、つくみ原生徒会の発足を宣言します。
His declaration was filled with strong determination. I'm not so sure about the name, but under this commander we can overcome any hardship. He's enough to inspire our hope of such.
しかし、まず第一の問題があります。これをクリアできなければ、脱出プランを練ることすら不可能でしょう。誠に言いづらいのですが、人数が 足りないのです。
Yeah. Huh?
会長の僕、秘書の兄さん、ジーヤのガゲイン、そして
The old
秘書
man
しかいない
servant.
ではありませんか。これでは僕が夢見た生徒
Don't
会とは
call
呼べない。
Gawain the
いや
old man
呼んでいい
servant.
はずがない。生徒会というのはもっと華やかで青春の匂いで満ちていてトラブルが多発するものなのです。
Calm down, Leo.
その通りです、我が君。どのような品種であれ花が増えるのは良いことかと。
I say.
そういうことですので生徒会メンバーを見繕ってきてください。少なくとも副会長と書記の2人は必須です。校舎には僕たちと同じ境遇のマスターが何人かいますから有能そうな人を片っ端からスカウトしてきてください。
So there are other masters in the building. The talk ends there. Leo's first order is to recruit. He says I need to help launch the student council by finding other masters in the school building, then persuading them to join. Is this really a good idea, Leo? Well, I guess that's what we're doing. Hey, Sakura.
I'll be assisting everyone from here on out, specifically as an OS that executes and supports President Leo's operations. Currently, I'm using Root to also serve as the main CPU that makes up the old school building. Thus, regretfully, I have the infirmary closed.
バッチリです。
In case of an emergency, I'll open the infirmary right back up if anyone needs it, so please don't worry.
Okay.
楽しくなってきまし
First
た
thing
ね。
to do is recruit. We can't have a rich student council activities without talented members. It may be... No, it is mundane, but it's also a critical duty. I hope to see your splendid persuasive skills in action, Hakuno. I shall introduce myself one more. I am my king Leo's servant. My name is Gawain.
実に喜ばし
We
い。
clashed in the Holy Grail War, but this is the far side of the moon. With the same aim, let us be as passing good comrades.
まったく
You may think Leo is an imposter, but that there, without a doubt, is the real thing. Just trust me on this. Yeah, that's 100% my brother, alright. Okay, let's see if we can find these other masters, I guess. Oh, Shinji.
お前よかった。ようやく話がわかるやつが出てきたよ。
As soon as he sees me, Shinji's face starts to glow. He's barely said anything yet, but just from his gestures, I could tell that he's the same Shinji Mato I saw in the previous school building. Even if that previous school building was a dream I had, the actors in that dream were projections of those that I had met in the real preliminaries. It's safe to say that this Shinji has the same personality as I remember.
で、君もあれかい？気がついたらこの校舎にいた口だろ？なあ、出口らしきものを見なかったか？
I answer Shinji's question with a shake of my head. I explained that I had just woken up in this old school building, so I had yet to see an exit.
眠っていた？どこで？あ？保健室だって？ま、こっちに来た途端寝込むとか、ボンクラなお前らしいけど、期待
Yeah,
を外さない三流
that's
ぶり
Shinji,
だね。
alright.
Shinji talks the same way he usually does. I know he's saying rude things, but I don't feel any animosity towards him. Looks like I've gotten too used to his elitism and self-consciousness from my dream. Also, Shinji really is brilliant despite how he looks. Just like Leo asked of me, let's try scouting him for the student council.
はあ？生徒会？ここから脱出するために協力してチームを組む？はっ、お断りだね。生徒会なんてくだらないよ。みんな仲良くで脱出するなら勝手にやってれば。僕は天才だからね。凡人たちとは組まないのさ。誰の手も借りないよ。
Well, there goes that.
だいたいレオがいたってのも初耳だ。僕あいつ嫌いなんだよね。 余裕しゃくしゃくで偉そうだし。レオがいなくなって僕が会長だって言うなら考えてやるよ。それまで近寄らないでくれる？
He ended up rejecting me. But just what does Shinji think he's going to do all on his own? I know he's not great at making friends, but I don't think it's smart to act tough in a situation like this.
ご心配どうも。いらないお世話だよ。いつだって僕は一人だしね。ゲームはソロプレイが一番さ。それよりさ、聖杯戦争のことを覚えているのかい？
I answered by saying that I can't recall anything. I feel like I made it through several rounds with my servant, but I don't know. But so long as I don't know who or how I fought, I have nothing to tell Shinji. The only real feeling I have left is the firm bond I have with Saber.
サーバント？お前、サーバント連れているのか？
Obviously, being a master and all, I reply. Shinji's astonishment was closer to fear than confusion. I asked him about Shinji's servant, and...
いないよ。どうも。こ
Oh
こに来
no,
ると
Drake.
はぐれたみたいだ。まあ、聖杯戦争に戻ればすぐ帰ってくるさ。そうだ。早くここから抜け出して聖杯戦争に戻らないと。マスターがいないんだ。バカなりにあの女も心細いだろうし。それに、聖杯戦争は続行中だろうしね。7日以内に決戦場に行かないと不戦敗で負けになっちゃうの知ってるだろ？
A 7-day period. A final battlefield. A loss by absence. When I heard that, I remembered it too. The Holy Grail is a tournament with 7 rounds. First, an opponent is decided for you. After 7 days of preparation, you go to the final battlefield and fight the enemy master. Those are the rules. Naturally, losing this fight means elimination. Not reaching the final battlefield is also defeat. And the loser gets...
負けたら死ぬっていうやつだろ？バカらしい。いざとなったらログアウトすればいいだけの話さ。古臭い脅し文句だよ。
Sure, that could be how the final selection of the Holy Grail War is. Worst comes to worst, you can just drop your connection and return to your body on Earth. However, they say not a single wizard who went up to the moon has ever returned from that cyberspace. And the real problem is that we're in this school building, unable to get out.
何暗い顔してんだよ。この校舎だけ地上と回線がつながっていないだけだろ。このストラクチャから別の領域に出ればすぐに回線も戻る。そうに決まってる。なに、ムーンセルは神の頭脳なんだろ。ならすぐに助けをよこすさ。なぜって、ここに最大の優勝候補である僕がいるんだからね。運営側がスターを放っておくはずがないだろ。
Good C is the same as always. Let's see if we can't find some other masters. Let's try going down to the first floor. Oh. Hey, Kiara.
またお会いできましたね。
I'm pretty sure this woman is... Oh, yeah. Taiga Fujimura? This was the previous school building's new teacher. Since she was a teacher, I figured she was a part of management, an NPC propelled by the moon cell. But she may be a master too.
藤村大河ですか？おかしいですね。私、そんな怪しい名前を語った記憶はないのですが。
The nun casts her eyes down, looking troubled. As I thought, Taiga Fujimura doesn't seem to be her name. So her real name is...
摂政院キアラと申します。予選では教師の役割をこなしていました。その時、あなたとも知り合いましたね。
This lady, Kiara, smiles gracefully. Her gaze is warm, and as if she is grateful from the bottom of her heart to meet me again. Despite the entire situation we're in, her gaze makes me unconsciously blush.
でも本当によかった。あ の黒いノイズに襲われた時は覚悟を決めましたが。
Hold on a second. Just now, did you say attacked by the black noise?
ええ、予選で校舎ごと飲み込まれました。ですが幸いこの通り大事なく、足もあれば手もありましょう。夢かうつつかとお迷いでしたら、その手で直に触ってみるのはいかがでしょう。
Yeah, no, that's definitely her. Kiara's chaste clothes rustle as she holds out one hand. She may not be aware of it, but her gestures are excessively soft and feminine. Men are a given, but even women would be captivated by her. No, I need to calm down. This isn't the time for this. What's important is that we both went through the same ordeal. Kiara was also in that school building and was swallowed by the black noise.
はい、私このような服装ですから、走ったものの転んでしまって、あえなく黒い泥に飲み込まれてしまいました。1階の廊下から階段に向かうあなたに声をかけたのですが、そちらは覚えておいでですか？
I shook my head, no. I see. In that moment, Kiara was also asking for help. The reality is that she was left in that building, and ultimately no one came to rescue her. Assailed with guilt, I unconsciously lowered my eyes in shame.
いいのです。ご自分はあまり責めないでください。あの時はああすることが最善でした。それに今の後悔だけで私は報われました。たった一度話しただけの私の命を悔やんでくれるほど、あなたは私を思ってくれたのですね。
With a thank you, Kiara says Shoin expresses heartfelt appreciation towards Hakuno Kishinami, who had abandoned her. A warmth rises in my chest. Even if her words were just concern over my sense of guilt, her wholehearted gratitude was genuine. She gently smiles as if embracing the behavior and personality of another person. Kiara's modest conduct is seldom seen in everyday life. Someone like this will definitely join the student council. Believing that, I explain about Leo and the student council.
生徒会ですか？確かにここから外を目指すのなら皆さんで手を取り合うのが上策でしょう。ですがごめんなさい、私は生徒会に参加はできないのです。
Ah. Hmm? No way! The other masters are one thing, but for her to refuse joining is... There's no way I can accept this without an explanation.
理由は明白です。レオさんやあなたは真剣に全身全霊をかけて脱出を目指しています。そんな中にここから出る気がないものが混ざっていては
She doesn't want to
式に
leave.
関わりましょう。私はそのようなさまつごとで決意を汚したくないのです。もし
Kiara lowers her eyes sorrowfully. I understand how much she's concerned for me, so much that it hurts. But she doesn't want to leave? What could that be all about?
私には不可能と認め心が折れたと申しましょうか。これでも自分なりに脱出を試みました。しかし私の力ではできて外へ穴を開ける程度。外に出た瞬間、私の力では形を保てず消滅するでしょう。私のサーバントも同様です。私では力不足なのです。ですがレオさんやあなたのサーバントなら、あるいはその時もしあなたが脱出する時、何の苦しみもなく私を置き去りにしていけますか？きっとあなたは迷ってしまうでしょう。力なき者を見捨てるご自分の弱さに。それは二重に残酷なこと。私は足手まといにはなりたくはないのです。そう悲しそうな顔はしないで。ご安心を。 この校舎だってそう悪いものではありませんから。私たちを閉じ込めたものが何か存じません。ですがこれほどのリソースを持っているにもかかわらず私たちを放任している。それは寛大な心があるということではないでしょうか。あの校舎での一件も同じです。私は九死に一生を得ました。ここにいる者たちはその何者かの情けで見逃されているのです。
Kiara makes a fair point. However, no one can say for sure how long that someone's generous heart will last. And anyway, isn't it a stretch to say that they let us go when they trapped us here?
それはごもっともですので、私は生徒会の皆さんを否定はしませんし、応援したく思います。ただ、私の力が足りないだけなのです。きっと最後の最後で私は皆様の足かせになってしまうでしょう。そうならないよう距離を取っておきたいのです。先ほど私を助けられなかっただけで
I have no choice but to back off if she says that. No one understands a master and servant's ability better than the master themselves. It would be irresponsible for me, a stranger, to interject if Kiara herself says she's not strong enough.
本当に困った人ですね。そんな顔をなさらないで。あなたは私のような女とは違うようです。言わずとも感じております。あなたには清廉な意志がある。この摂政院キアラ、未だ自分の命のみを優先する不徳の身ですが、陰ながら応援させていただきますね。聞いていましたか、アンデルセン。
Oh, we get to meet Anderson now too.
三文以下の言葉ですが、あなたの批評も何かの役には立ちましょう。この方
Kiara called her servant not by class, but by their hidden true name. Oh, here we go. That's the one thing which must be concealed throughout the Holy Grail War above all else. A servant's true name. She spoke it with no issue. Ah, it makes sense. She's truly given up on going back alive. She's showing her hand to me, someone who would eventually become her enemy, because she doesn't want to return to the Holy Grail War. There he is! The man himself! A young boy appears. One could say he looks handsome, yet in his eyes are the shadows of bitter despair. Hans Christian Andersen. Famous for The Little Mermaid and The Little Match Girl, one of the world's 3 greatest fairy tale writers. Were the fairy tales I heard at bedtime so many times really written by this young boy?
ただいま紹介に預かった三流のサーバントアンデルセンだ。何のクラスかは語るまでもない。最低なマスターにふさわしい。
Befitting this awful master.
しかし、呆れるほど凡夫の顔だな。苦悩もなく、悲哀もなく。ただこの世界に投げ出された被害者面。いいぞ、悪くない。道家とはそうでなくてはならん。
Motherfucker just called me a clown.
愚昧さは罪というが、凡俗として世に投げ出されたことは行幸だ。何しろ、善も悪も楽しめ。それが真っ当な人生というやつだ。我々は皆母体から生み出され、世界の醜さに笑うのみなのだからな。なんだその顔は。何？批評は求めていない？助言が欲しい。バカ者、それならそうと初めから言え。他人を信じるな。
Don't trust women and avoid this woman especially. Now that is some good advice.
肉体、言葉、思想、結末、その全てが常人には毒になる。強すぎる光は目を潰すというだろう。聖人の説法というやつは凡俗には耐えられぬものだ。
I love that he will go out of his way just to shit on Kiara. Their dynamic is so fucking good.
口を開ければひどいことばかり。私はただこの時代
That is true. He will shit on everyone.
能力もないのです。
That's just who he
ここを
is.
しただけなのに。
And we love him for it.
アンデルセン、やはりあなたは外に出すより箱の中の方がお似合いなのかしら。
語れと言われたから語ったまで。そして走り出したが最後、この俺の悪質は止まらんぞキアラ。このボンプどもを導けと命じたのは貴様だ。俺は辛辣に真実を
I'll keep that in mind. So starting next chapter, I talk to go on about 3 people per chapter. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Ah, okay.
その人間の価値。
I have to keep all that stuff with Anderson in mind, because I do want to hear his stuff.
またその言葉ですか。あなたとはそれなりに長いですが、人間に値をつけるのはいけないと言っているでしょう。
事実を口にするのが俺の仕事だ。いいか
Person's life has value, and you squander that value, she devil.
毒不明。お前もだ、若きマスターよ。
He looks at me with a discerning gaze as if appraising me. He doesn't look like a young boy. He has a mature presence.
お前はお前の物語の主役のつもりだろう。ああ、それは真実だ。だがその舞台はいつあろう目も当てられない打作で終わる。
Cool.
人は誰しもが主役だが、名演をこなし名作として幕を下ろせるのは一握りの勝者だけだ。故に止まるな、浪費するな、空費するな。望みを果たしたいなら、こんなところで批評家の声など聞くなということだ。さっさと馬車馬のように働け、三流ども。
こういうサーバントですけど、仲良くしてあげてくださいね。根は素直ないい人なんですよ。
Is that so? If Kiara hadn't smoothed things out right about now, Saber probably would have jumped out and started hurling insults. Anyway, Kiara turned down joining the student council, but will cooperate as much as possible. She might change her mind with time. For now, I'll settle for this. Well, hey Anderson. What, you still need something from me? Sorry to disturb you, King. Let's see, anyone else standing around? Doesn't seem... Oh, this doesn't look like a classroom, but it seems accessible. Since it's not locked, I'll go in since I'm already looking around. Well, found Janako.
1970年に新規学のね崩れ、オーバーカウント1999が発生。オイルショックみたいなもんすかね。これで魔術師は軒並み近代化することになったすか。ま、僕には関係ない話ですけど。それにしてもこの快適さはどうだ。校舎のデッドスペースを利用して衣食住すべてタダときた。どんな状況でも引きこもれるスキルこそ最強。ジナコさんはもうここから出ないっすよ。
Someone was in the janitor's closet. Wrapped up in a futon like a snail, this girl indulging herself in idleness, laziness, and flab is... yeah, Jinako Karagiri. She, the slob of a woman that occupied the equipment storage in the previous school building.
なんか風通しが良くなったよね。なんかすごい一体感を感じるっす。
I wonder what that is.
中途半端にしよう。とにかくとことん引きこもってやろうじゃん。そんな覚悟で振り返ると。
Junako scrambles to her feet and hits me with an extremely fierce tackle.
ロックロックロック、超厳重な鍵をかけて僕のどうも誰もジナコさんの姿は見えないっす。
She's funny. Shoot, she blindsided me. She went and locked the janitor's closet door. It's not budging. I feel like there's several layers of locks on the inside.
つーか誰っすかあんた。新聞と課金とお説教はたくさんっす。永遠に訪れないおとといに来てください。
What a way to reject someone. Though I feel awkward now after all that, and I still have my orders from Leo. I don't think she's an NPC. I think that means she's a master. She's trapped here with us, so I have to ask her to join the student council.
生徒会？ここから出る？
Yeah, no, of course she doesn't want to leave.
結構っす。僕ここから出たくないし、勝手にやってろって感じ？だいたいレオってあの金髪お子様でしょ？あいつ苦手っす。リアル天才とかマジ目がつぶれる。妬みそねみでつらつらとスレを回されたくなかったらジーナコさんには関わるなと警告しておいてくれっす。ああ、でもあんたは別っすよ。同じ凡人として癒されるっていうか、僕の気のせいかもしれないけど、もしかして以前どこかで会ってないっすか？
I don't have any concrete proof, but I answered by saying we've met before. I don't know how many events in the other school building actually happened, but I recognized Jinako's face. If it actually did happen, then we should be acquainted.
やっぱりそうっすか。わかるとっすね。君に免じて完全無視はやめる方向で。生徒会には出ないけど、生徒会室はストリームで監視しとくっすよ。
Leave the
よろし
troll
くコメントを
comments
任
to
せ
me.
るっす。
Okay, Junako.
もちろん見てるだけっすから、ジナコさんに意見とか求めないよ。基本僕はウォッチャーっすからね。
What a vast array of non-help we've gotten. She won't leave the room, but she'll monitor what happens in the student council room. I guess that's what she means. I don't know how I feel about being watched, but being able to share information is a plus. It saves us the trouble of explaining everything. Yet, I feel that leaving her all alone in this unfamiliar school building is dangerous. Oh, hey, Saber.
奏者よ、諦めよ。この扉は見た目より重く、厚く、何より面倒だ。せっかくのそなたの気遣いも届かないのでは話にならん。
Saber, don't say that.
世はあのような醜悪な肉は好まぬ。腐ることで美しいものならばよいが、磨けば光るものを腐らせるのは愚者の贅沢。大敗日を見たいのなら、世とマイルームに引きこもればよい。
That is very true.
そなたとなら、たとえ千日愛にただれようと、世は恐れぬからな。むしろかかってくるがよい。
Saber is right. I'll quit trying to convince her and just go search for other masters. Are there any other ones? I guess we'll find out. Okay, nothing in the bathroom. Faculty room is still locked. Oh, my arm's starting to fall asleep. Okay, so we just gotta focus on the school building for now. Storage room. Nothing in there though. Alright, infirmary's locked. I guess I will soon. So I'll go search the classroom then. Okay, no one here in the library. So I guess just go back to the classroom then. Okay, not this classroom.
Yeah, I know. So the other classroom. Oh, there he is.
ねえ、どいつもこいつもふぬけた NPC のような面をしよってまともなマスターはどこに消えた。小生のようなマスラオはこの世界に嫌われたと見える。おお、まさに大根絶。LMS 債務 LMS 債務、我は求め訴えたり、神仏よ我に観難信仰を与えたまえ。具体的に言うと血に飢えた修羅を、あるいはより血に飢えた修羅を、ダメならもっと血に癒えた修羅を。
Why do you need a bloodthirsty Shura?
とにかく殴りがいのある好敵手。このままでは文字癒されすぎて骨抜きになってしまいます。
I desperately try to remember. The person making a racket before me is clearly a master. If this guy were an NPC, I'd be complaining to his maker. But I just can't remember his name. Though I've seen him before, I may have never actually talked to or fought him.
貴様マスターだな。そのサーバントの気配間違いない。
Not exactly. And now he's noticed me. If I keep ignoring him, it seems like he'll just follow me around. So let's just answer honestly.
やはりそうか。見たところなかなかの面構え。まさに地獄にキューピッドであるな。小生の名はガトー・ボンジ。あらゆる神学を走破し、あらゆる真理に至ったスーパー不動僧である。
Right. I know he was in the original, but I never saw him because I think I partnered with Rin. Right. I remember. Yeah, his servant is Ark. Right. Yeah, I know who Ark is. I mean, I don't know much about Melty Blood, but I at least know who she is.
とは言っても、ここではお主と同じ。
See, I knew she appeared in Extra, but I just couldn't remember how. But yeah, she was his servant. That makes sense. No servant. Is that even possible in the Holy Rail War? No servant means you were defeated. And being defeated means...
いや、それがな、我が神は正直ないわと死んだことも託されたのだ。原始黄金の女神は立ち姿すらワイルデンであった。ちなみにワイルドとゴールデンをつなげて
So that... He's definitely talking about her.
その後、気がつけばこの桃色校舎にポツンと一人。退屈と破壊衝動を持て余しておったのだ。
He's pretty much in the same boat as Leo and I. Gato. He seems like a pain in the neck, but right now we need all the help we can get. I'll try inviting him to join the student council.
ほう、マスターたちによる脱出計画とな。お主ら、ここから出る気だったのか。
Of course, I immediately reply. We're trapped here. Obviously, we're going to think about getting out of here as soon as possible.
小生は脱出する気はなかったぞ。小僧、ソモさん。
Somo-san?
セッパと答え。ソモさんは質問するぞという意味だ。セッパはかかってこいという意志だ。
You could just ask me a question.
それはそれとしてた。小僧、お主はここがどう見える？
I think it's an antiquated school building dyed in an evening glow in a complete contrast to the original school building.
それだけであろう。小生は以前の校舎よりこちらの方が好きだぞ。日は沈みかけ、空には桜が舞い、屋上でも桜が舞い、校庭では桜が舞う。桜しか舞っていないな。しかし危険な場所は一つもない。外は人外魔境のようだが、
So he has no intentions of escaping either. So it really is just me and Leo then.
しかも時間の概念すらない。何時間過ごそうと日にちが経たないのなら、ここは桃源教会竜宮城であろうよ。
I'm surprised. That's one way to look at it. Like Gato says, the school building is safe for the time being. Even if this is the far side of the moon, detached from the normal world, there might be no danger in staying here.
小生は修行の場を選ばん。むしろ新天地は心を躍る。ここで修練を積むのもまたよしだ。
I see. I guess that's why he's been spewing nothing but nonsense so far. Gato doesn't seem like he wants to escape. I don't expect him to join the student council then. I'll go look for someone else who's capable.
いや、参加するぞ、生徒会。これは聖杯戦争ではないのだろう。では、助けを請われて断るわ。愚問の恥。
Well, it looks like he is joining then. Hey, didn't he say before that he was a monk?
来航のようなツッコミ、グラッチ。窮すれば通ず、まさにプロビデンス。照れるな、照れるな。荷物をまとめ次第、そちらに合流するゆえ。で、
And he's gone. For now, I got one person to cooperate. I'm sure I've already looked all around the school building. I'll go back to the student council room and report this to Leo. Alright, well, out of 3 we got 1, which is, something. Mission successful. Sure.
お帰りなさい。人材集めは終わりましたか？
Yeah, I nod in reply. Regardless of the outcomes, I spoke with all of the masters in the school building, I think. Actually, I guess it's 1 out of 4, huh?
しからばごめん。我こそは地獄に垂れた阿弥陀如来の雲の糸、ガトー文字。お呼びと聞いて即着発。
There he is. Before I can report the results, Gato clambers into the student council room.
モンジガト
その通り。いや、小生に声をかけるとは。恐るべしは西洋財閥の次期当主よ。しかし、当主殿ではいかにも他人行儀。ここは同じ生徒会の仲間としてレオ会長とお呼びすればよいかな。
彼はあなたが
Leo, looking genuinely annoyed, glances at me. I nod. That's right. Leo is the one who said anyone is fine. It's not my fault.
失礼ですが加藤さん、あなたはサーバントを連れていますか？
いや、おらぬ。我が神は旅立たれてしまわれた。しかしねはんめされよ。サーバントがいなくとも小生は名うてのマスター。いて困るというものではないぞ。
ええ、まあこちらもサーバントの有無で生徒会メンバーを決めるつもりはありませんが。
では良いではないか。小生よ
I'm
り
free labor, so killing me off would be a waste.
応援団は任せてもらおう。
誰がお笑い芸
Oh,
人を
Leo's
連れてきて
mad.
ほしいと言いましたか？
I bowed my head and apologized from the bottom of my heart. It's not that important, but the correct quote is, "Art is long, life is short."
仕方ありませんね。ガトーさんは生徒会室の掃除やお茶に校舎の見回りや
And
トイレ
cleaning the
掃除を
toilet.
お願いし
Brother,
ます。
please show him.
悪意はないと分かってはいるが
Hey,
恨むぞ。
it's not my fault. He's the only one who responded, okay?
まあまあ言動に難はありますが、ガトー文字は人角の人物と聞きました。
Says and
きっ
does
と何かの役
problematic
に立ってく
things.
れます。それで他の人材はどこですか？
I report on 3 people: Shinji, Janako, and Kiara. Shinji has no servant and couldn't stomach joining the student council, so he refused. Janako shut herself in the janitor's closet and stated that she would only monitor us. Kiara says she'll and will support the operations of the student council, but won't join the council itself. Both Kiara and her servant Anderson aren't the type to cooperate directly.
出たくないと出る気がないですか。ジナコカリギリはそのうち覚悟を決めるにしても、キアラさんはちょっとわかりませんね。
レオ、わからないとはどういった意味なのでしょう。摂政員キアラとは我々も一度会っています。彼女は徳の高い人物でしたが。
そうですね、考えすぎかもしれません。ただ言葉尻に微妙な違いを感じたので。
No, Leo, you're right. Do not trust her.
ともあれ、校舎にいるマスターは僕らを含めて7人だけのようです。現在の生徒会メンバーは全体の半数を超えました。今はそれでよしとしましょう。
The student council members are Leo, Julius, Gato, and myself. This could certainly be enough, but I feel like there were more masters who could fit in the student council. About 2 of them. It's no use, I can't remember.
人員不足はいずれ解決するでしょう。今は行動の時です。さくら、中に入るためのゲートは作っていただけましたか？
はい、緊急時ですので特別措置として許可しました。けど私は反対です。中はどうなっているのか、ここからではスキャンはおろかモニターさえできない状況です。安全は保証できません。そんなところに送り込むのは。
Sakura speaks vaguely while peeking at me with side glances. I don't understand what they're talking about, but it seems Sakura is concerned for my well-being.
しかし現状はそれしか手段はありません。これは僕たちの判断です。 AI であるあなたに責任は負わせませんよ。
わかりました。けどそれなら私にも手伝わせてください。皆さんの健康管理が私の存在意義ですから。
それはこちらからもお願いします。現状人手が足りませんから。当面は僕とさくらだけでバックアップをします。
待て待て、お主ら何をするつもりなのだ。小生にも説明してくれんか。
これは失礼。説明が前後しましたが、あなたにはこれからアリーナに向かってもらいます。
The arena. The arena? If I remember correctly, it's a structure prepared for the Holy Grail War. One could call it a dungeon. For masters who've had their opponents decided, within the 7-day period they train, collect information on their enemies, and proceed to the final battlefield, all within an arena constructed in layers. Is he saying that the school building also has an arena?
いえ、アリーナらしきものです。この校舎は月の裏側にポツンと浮かんだ泡のようなものと思ってください。泡がなくなれば皆さんは虚数に飲まれて消滅、ないし定まらない乱数として永劫にさまようことになります。この校舎から外に出ることは自殺行為です。ですが一つだけ比較的正常な状態で表側に向かっている構造体を発見しました。それが校庭にある桜の木です。あの木の下には外に通じると思われる未確認のアリーナがあるんです。
ではそのアリーナを抜ければ外、月の表側、聖杯戦争に戻れるのだな。
その可能性は高いです。未確認アリーナでは格好がつかないので、桜迷宮と名付けました。
The Sakura Labyrinth. The only road to the outside world. Sounds like investigating it is the duty given to me and Saber. But wouldn't Leo and Gawain be a little more reliable for this job?
そうしたいのは山々ですが、中は夜なんです。
Right, and Gawain can't operate at his full power unless the sun's out.
夜なんです。どこの地名だ。アンですか。
Thank you, Gato.
誰かそこの人を購買部にでも放り
This
込んでくだ
person
さい。
out somewhere, like to the commissary.
まあ夜か朝かはちょっとした冗談ですが、実際問題としてバックアップには僕とさくら2人でも足りないほどです。何しろ未知の領域ですから、常にモニターしつつ、いざとなればこちらにログアウトさせる、その手のウィザードスキルを持っていないでしょ。
Like Leo says, I'm just not that skilled. I mean, it took everything just to make a contract with my servant. So long as I lack digital battle and logistical support skills, doing a field survey on foot is the most I can do.
理解が早くて助かります。こちらの準備は先ほど整いました。バックアップは生徒会室で行います。桜の木へ向かってください。ゲートは桜が開いてくれます。
はい、管理者権限で木の中に入るゲートを作りました。
小生が言ってはいかんのか。
やめておけ。サーバントがいないマスターでは返り討ちになるだけだ。アリーナである以上エネミーはいる。俺やお前では、いや俺やお前なら一体は倒せるとしても、それが限度だ。
Gato, disappointed, shushes himself with a I see. So the general rule is that only a master who brings a servant along can enter the Sakura Labyrinth.
以上です。校庭に向かってください。桜迷宮初突入ミッションを開始します。いわゆる処女公開というやつですね。
そういう言い方はちょっと。
なぜです？極めてノーマルな単語をチョイスしたのですが。
レオ、レディが問題視しているのは。
ああ、なるほど。確かにそういう意味にも聞こえました。でもそれに何の問題が？別に桜の低層と迷宮の踏破率は無関係ですし、名前が一緒だからですか？
Jesus, Leo.
いいです。蒸し返さないでください。早く校舎に。この一連の会話はなかったことにしてください。
Alright, mission start. Go to the dungeon. Oh yes, if you'd like, please take this. It's not much, just some supplies. Ether fragment. The labyrinth is an unknown arena. Please be very careful. You know, I think instead of heading into the arena, I think for today I'll end things off for here. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll do this again. Reason I'm calling it a little earlier than usual today is just because, you know, it's during the week and I still do have early work. Not as early as usual, which is why I'm actually streaming in the first place. But, you know, still. Anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow. And we will make our way into the Sakura Labyrinth. See exactly what we can find out there. So, I will see you all tomorrow for some more Fate Extra CCC. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye!